surfing and jiu-jitsu. It cleanses the soul.
There's ups, downs. You don't really have control when it comes to waves. In jiu-jitsu, you're kind of like at the mercy of your opponent. Like, you don't get to choose when to breathe sometimes.
Learning how to not panic in dangerous situations. This is what they've been doing their whole life.
I think what's exciting about both of them is they're risk takers. They're out there trying to submit their opponent.
They've trained for so long. We all knew they were going to be superstars. They had the personality, they got the style. We didn't realize how soon it would happen.
Yeah, who's it?
I think this is Tye.
Yeah, that's Tye for sure. For sure.
I think they've had their direction set for a long time.
Most kids would be bummed, I think, if they were in their division.
Even at a young age, you could see that they were beyond their years.
They had superior technique.
You'd see them like putting together like little clips and stuff, just kind of exposing them doing crazy submissions.
They are exciting and they go and just put everything out on the line.
They're real. What they do, how they act, is how they are. And it doesn't matter what they do, what they say, there's gonna be normal kids in the world that can connect with what they're doing. Whatever they set their mind to, they're gonna do it.
Celebrate 33,000 in the back.
Costa Rica, that's our happy place, is Costa Rica. And I think around 4 years, we want to be like fully moved down there.
Tye with the submission attempt at the end there. I kind of realized we want to be able to just build a perfect life for us.
It's like jiu-jitsu, it's like surfing, you know? Everyone got like their own style they got to develop. I want to be there alongside my brother at ADCC. Pretty soon we're going to be unbeatable.
Kade Ruotolo!
The boys always say, we want to bring jiu-jitsu back to its roots. That's what I see them portraying and living out.
Yes, my favorite technique. I like all kinds of combos from the R-bar. I'll just roll and tie, and we cut into a little scramble. I'm like, oh, that was sick, kid. How'd you do that? So we filmed it, and then we put it on YouTube.
I'm Vince Kitagwa. I run Short Roll brand. The first time I met the Ruotolo brothers, they were just Grom kids ripping up the California scene. They're very, very, very special human beings.
You hurt your ankle, you hurt your shoulder, keep on training, you're a real soldier. You sandwich them all. Get the head and arm, and get the pass. Go time! Let's go, baby!
I'd probably describe them as the most phenomenal teenage grapplers on planet Earth.
You have these twin brothers that are doing jiu-jitsu, they're training all the time, and they're going to sort of like talk to each other in some weird twin language. what you can see when you watch these kids roll together and saw it really kind of from the get-go.
They just have this like vibrant energy that's pure.
Go down right now. Stop the video.
It's hard to explain it unless you're in their presence. Taking them aside from like the unreal athletes that they are, their vibe, their energy, it's something that's much needed in the sport. It's very refreshing.
I'm Josh Hinger. I'm a black belt under Andre Galvao. I was the head kids coach at Ruotolos for about 5 or 6 years. And I actually give a lot of credit to their parents for how the boys turned out.
Good job!
Where am I supposed to look?
Oh, man, you look at me.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to look at you or the camera. Okay. My name's Ruotolo, and I'm Kade and Tye and Tye's mom. I was into jiu-jitsu a lot from the UFC. I used to watch the UFC back in the day when they first started.
But this is a lot of strategy here. Yes, there's the takedown. That's exactly.
I really love the jiu-jitsu aspect of it.
No, that was a tap. I did not see the tap. I saw it 4 times.
And then I met my husband after the boys were born, and I told him, Mom, I'm gonna put my kids in jiu-jitsu, you know, after they get out of diapers. And he's like, I do jiu-jitsu, I'm a blue belt.
My name's Chris Ruotolo, and we're kind of like a jiu-jitsu family and a surfing family. And that's pretty much just how they've grown up their whole life.
I'm Chef Gene, and the fucking twins are like my nephews. It's a cool family, a cool vibe, and surfing's in their culture. They learned it from their dad, amongst a lot of other things, right?
Any leg attack you can get.
So I was always showing them moves, even when they were really little, just positions and stuff, and they just loved it.
They had so much fun wrestling at home before they tried a class, and then they couldn't wait to go to the classes. It was like they were naturals, you know, like right off the bat.
What's up, guys? I'm Kade Ruotolo. I'm a black belt out of Atos HQ in San Diego, California. My name is Tye Ruotolo. I'm a black belt under Andre Galvao over at Atos Jiu-Jitsu headquarters. We're kind of some of the first generation kids to start training since when we could barely start walking. We couldn't even say jiu-jitsu at first when we started. We called it jiu-jitsu.
Tye, he could not say jiu-jitsu. He would say jitsu. And he would say that from 3 to like maybe 6 or 7, you know, it was kind of scary. They started off at Club Luciano's, and the boys did amazing, like their first class.
It was just so natural to us, and we loved it so much. To this day, I kind of remember I got on the gym owner's kid's back, and I pretend I was riding him like a rodeo. I threw my hand in the air, you know, like it was a horse and I was a cowboy. And then my parents were like, that was so disrespectful, Tye. You know, you can't do that.
Well, my mom said when I was potty trained, I could start jiu-jitsu. So like, okay, you know, when I got potty trained, we just went immediately to jiu-jitsu.
They stopped like that day, you know, and they were miraculously potty trained.
We had our first competition, I think it was a few weeks after our first class, and we both won. That was dangerous right there, because then we built the mindset. My parents would always from a young age tell us, oh my God, you guys are the best, you guys are the best, you know? We go to the comps and we're like, we're the best, all right. You know, like, no one should be able to beat us. So no matter what, they'd move us up in age and weight, you know, sometimes 2 weight brackets. I don't even think they wanted to give us the option to kind of be nervous for it, you know what I mean? They're like, all right, you guys are competing this weekend, and then we have another one the next weekend, and then the one after, you guys have to fight up in age and up in weight. We just go in there and just send it.
They just thrived from day one, even at 3.5 years old.
Nice pass time!
Not a lot of people looked at kids back at that time. You know, it seemed like it was mostly like jiu-jitsu for the adults.
Watch your arm, Tye! Watch your arm!
As like little highlight videos started coming out, it kind of like said, hey, these kids are learning what the black belts are doing. So I just made a little highlight video, and it got a lot of, you know, feedback, and a lot of people were recognizing them at tournaments.
Go, Tye, go!
We'd go to tournaments 2-3 times a month. My wife just made the commitment and asked the boys where they wanted to train. They said Atos Jiu-Jitsu all the way.
When they made the move, they were still living in Huntington Beach. It's an hour-and-a-half drive. And Nicole drove them down to San Diego every single day. They would come to like 9 a.m. class, they would stay for comp class, they would leave, they might go to the beach, eat and surf, or play in the water or whatever. They'd come back for the evening class, and then they'd drive back in the evening, which is just insane because also you're catching the rush hour traffic. But like, what dedication.
It was great, you know? Yeah.
Welcome, we're here at the Roots compound. It's a spot that my brother and I have been living out ever since, you know, my dad has bought the land, what, maybe 20 years ago? So, yeah, we've been trying to, really just the goal is to get here, bring the whole family here and be able to train and live out here. This is the spot we love the most, you know, so. Guanacaste, Costa Rica, this has like been our happy place for the last couple of years especially, and as you guys can see, it's starting to come along, you know, this is the Roots compound as of now. You know, the house has been, you know, 15 plus years in the making. It's just now, even still not finished, you know, it's still bits and pieces. 5 years ago, it was infested with bats and hornets, and, you know, nothing good. So we're just being able to live here and start to, you know, make the dream become a reality.
Lift up, and I have great joy inside. Lift up.
Oh, that's proper.
I would have stayed under about Kade, so it's all right.
Let's go.
There it is, there it is, there it is.
Oh! Blew it. Come on. Oh. Wow, Tye, awful. It is harder than, it looks harder than it looks.
I got it, Tye. You're gonna pull it.
I love you guys are nice for it. All right. Looks like papaya ice cream for the next couple of days. When in doubt, papaya out, bro. Thursday reggae night, boys.
I'll fuck him up, dude. Yeah, I'll fuck him up.
Are there geese in the bongo? The Vruck, the van truck. Unreal. A lot of space here in the cab. Dope space in the back for loading stuff. Good for camps when we start running camps here, you know? Exactly what you might think. High roof and stuff. Kind of drives like a bus. Navigation's in Korean though, and I haven't been able to change it. I tried 3 days in a row. Well, we just gotta look it up.
3 days in a row.
I can't do it. We gotta bring a South Korean over here. Yeah. Because they're definitely not from North, as in from North Korea? Yeah, I did. Right at the time we're in to go train some jiu-jitsu. These training sessions are great. You can't do these training sessions that we're about to do every day, you know? I don't like to train not hard. I don't know what it is. I like to replicate the match, you know? So, Kade and I. When's the last time we did like flow roll, kid?
Never.
Stay strong, you know? The blade sharp. I know for a fact that the back road has more turns, but that's the one I've taken more recently. I could probably figure it out. Or you could just type it in on your phone and you can go off that. Kade, what time is it supposed to start?
6:45. I mean, you're gonna be late. This training starts in 2 minutes.
Oh no, we're gonna cut that in half. Kade, what's up with the directions? That's what I'm saying. I'm ready, dog. I need water first. I'm dehydrated. I surfed so much this morning. Yeah, boys. Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
I would have made like $50. I figured you guys would surf, so I was like, $10 they're not coming. $10 they're not coming.
I would have made $50. All in all, lost complete favor though. Kade and I love scrapping each other so much. You know, I think it's just because we don't get that same adrenaline or battle with other people. It's really just like a chess match when I roll with him. But it's good, you gotta mimic the battle. It's always been like this, always been like this. I think that's the exact reason why we've grown so quick and our competitiveness is just, you know, skyrocketed through the roof.
They're so unorthodox, right? But when you put them together, it's like unorthodox squared. They're so confident in their ability to kind of scramble and wiggle that they're not afraid to go for something. It's like trying to hold on to water. You try to hold these kids and they just kind of like squirm their way out of it somehow, and you can easily burn yourself out trying to hold them. It's very frustrating. It's kind of unfair, yeah. I feel like we should all have a brother that we can fight with anytime.
I don't know if I was in some of the shots, but my mouth is just jaw just wide open, just watching them roll and the different transitions and the positions, the defenses, just a whole nother level, man. It's mind-blowing.
I think their jiu-jitsu is really high-paced, but it's not just a high pace of activity, it's a high pace of very aggressive, very technical jiu-jitsu that I think is difficult for people to contend with.
Sometimes, not often, but you know, you see that brotherly rivalry, or no, I don't want to say rivalry, it's not the right word, but you know, it gets a little heated, right? In a competitive way, right?
They get along very well, and then they fight also.
They fight all the time, dude. They love each other, but they fight all the time about the stupidest stuff.
All right, not right here, dude. What do you do? Wrestling.
You know, when they were younger, I used to be able to break it up. And then now, as of actually, it's probably been like 2 years, I've like tried to get in the middle of some fights. And it's so stupid.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, who's your daddy? 2 points. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
They swing over my head and stuff. They actually, I'm yelling at both of them, and I'm looking at both of them. They're actually like, I'm not even there. They're just looking at each other like they want to rip each other's head off.
Tap, 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 tap. I'm your daddy. Watch you. Oh, you're bleeding. You're bleeding a little bit. That's because I popped it. Time. A little bit. I killed you. Film the blood. I made it bleed. You would have died. You would have died in my buggy truck. He was out. You were out. Literally gargling. Because I was holding you in the air. You needed a second to recover. You're bleeding. Say what you want. It always bleeds.
I don't know when I'm not around how they even get through it.
That was a sucker punch. I was looking straight. You saw the sucker punch. You guys even remember why this whole entire 6-minute MMA fight started?
But then they love each other. You know, they're best friends. They want to go surf.
I mean, they're each other's best friend, and they just don't like to admit it, you know?
It looks like epic content.
They definitely need each other as training partners. They're their best training partners. They're the best coaches for each other.
That was so hard to hear.
And they will always have each other's back no matter what. Even if they are trying to, you know, tap each other on the mats, like, they don't take that too serious. And I think that's what's helped them, you know, advance through the years.
Having a brother means everything. We wouldn't be able to be even close to where we're at.
The idea of having a twin brother for jiu-jitsu is the dream of any jiu-jitsu athlete.
It's a portable training partner everywhere you go, and also someone to support you and coach you no matter what. You know, I know when I'm fighting and I'm in the match, there's no one else I'd want coaching me than my brother. You know, he knows my game better than anyone, and you could tell he cares more than anyone too. Without him, zero chance I'd be where I'm at today. No doubt.
Are you guys gonna eat, or are you? What's up, brother?
The most important thing it takes to become the best in the world at jiu-jitsu is an absolute love of the game.
I think ADCC is the most prestigious, title I think a grappler can hold. It's probably, without a doubt, the most difficult to achieve. I consider it the Olympics for jiu-jitsu. It only happens every 2 years. And aside from that, I think it's always held as the most prestige, right? It's the most prestigious event, I think, because it's the most exciting. It's one we've always wanted to win. You know, the best competitors from all over the world, all under one roof in one 16-man bracket, duking it out until there's one man left. There's something about it, it's different, it's more violent, you know, it's more exciting. There's trials to be held to do it, right? So I think it's just an event that not everyone can get into. It's very hard to get into, and it's a very exciting, crazy event, you know? So to be able to get into that, it means you're doing something right, you know? So I think that's kind of why it holds a lot of weight.
Tough. We are here at Atos HQ. We did like 10 rounds of 6 minutes, and I focus more in rounds and rolls because there's a lot of guys that are getting prepared for trials. So ADCC is the most prestigious grappling tournament worldwide. But I believe the trials, they are the hardest part. I have the Ruotolo twins, and they are super entertaining to watch. They have amazing technique.
Probably like 16 years old, I would say, was when we really started making the transition to no-gi. There's some more opportunity no-gi coming into the sport. It was motivating my brother and I to start, you know, doing some other things, and I think that's what motivated us to do the trials.
They were grinders, you know. They were there every day, just getting in the shit with us and just scrapping on the mats.
And I am the one that kept like, hey, you guys should fight the trials. You guys should fight the trials, you know. Like, you seriously? They're like, yes. And then they say, but there's a lot of hoops. They say, man, I don't care. Go there and fight, man.
We started to realize we could beat the best in the world at no-gi. That's really what inspired us to start doing no-gi at the time, and just keep that up.
Well, I know there's a lot of the top guys in like the ADCC trials, and I don't know, it's just something I just kind of wanted to try out, see how I would do. Could possibly win, you know, that'd be sick to get an invite, so trying to get the invite, trying to win the trials. My professor Andre, to me, is like the GOAT, because he accomplished multiple world titles in the gi and also multiple ADCC world championships. So that's kind of like, I want to follow in his footsteps to kind of accomplish both those things.
Hopefully they can come with a title and go to the main event. It'd be amazing to have a 15 years old fighting ADCC. Like, we are ready.
Thank you all for coming. Now, take down, going into guard to the half guard, anything in guard, it's 2 points.
So they were 15-year-old blue belts. I think that was the first no-gi tournament they did as kids against adults.
And we're doing really well. We're kind of every leg entanglement we got into, we had zero clue about leg locks. You know, we were IBJJF blue belts, literally. Didn't even know the difference between inside and outside heel hooks, things like that. But the only thing that would save us was the darce, you know? As they're trying to set it up, we just barely fish up a darce, and they'd have to defend the darce, and it carried us all the way to like the quarters or semis or something like that. We made it to like the semifinals. I think it was Ethan Krellenstein. I knew that leg locks were a hole in our game. I didn't realize how big of a hole they were and how dangerous they were at the same time. You know, I think it's important is to sit there and realize, okay, we're not doing something right. We're walking away broken. And I remember watching Kade fight Nicky, and he was doing good, and then he got outside heel hook. We both got broken off with leg locks, I remember.
I felt like I did all right. I mean, first couple fights were hard, and I was just trying to stay away from the whole leg lock situation. But it was fun though. I'm not used to this rule set, and it was exciting competing in this. I learned that you're gonna have to tap sooner, and yeah, I learned, yeah, there's a few different. There's like a whole different, it's so different than like IBJJF kind of fighting. There's a whole different aspect to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on training this kind of rule set. It's really fun.
Tye was injured for a little bit. It was another great experience still, you know.
We both left super frustrated after that. I remember that event. It was not a good day. You know, we were pissed and we're done. That's not happening again. We definitely needed those 2 leg lock L's. That thing's inspired us more. It made us work hard. It was after that night is when we really went into the garage, you know, for hours. We just worked on it. Started diving all of our time into, you know, learning and defending leg locks. You know, not to toot our own horn, we kind of became some of the best in the world at just defending in general, and then started re-attacking. You know, now we're pretty much where we're at now.
That's like a bucket list thing, is to win ADCC for sure. That's like, it's been a main goal of mine, and this with time, I hope they'll get it.
I can't tell if he's poisonous or not.
They really are young veterans.
I think the brother thing in jiu-jitsu is an interesting thing.
Welcome, we're here at the Roots compound. This has like been our happy place for the last couple of years. Day 3, maybe 4, we lost track here at the camp. It's like jiu-jitsu, it's like surfing, you know, everyone got like their own style they gotta develop. We're kind of both fighting for the same thing.
Surprisingly honest.
Our whole theory is like, we're just gonna do no gi and the gi, dude. It's gonna work.
I got something up the sleeve for this guy, something he hasn't seen yet.
They're risk takers.
We all knew they were going to be superstars.
These are 2 young competitors that really represent what I think jiu-jitsu is about.